Hello student, today we are going to discuss about next topic of this chapter, and that is T.H. Morgan experiment, linkage and recombination. So first of all, let me discuss about T.H. Morgan experiment, and let me discuss who was Thomas Hunt Morgan, and that is T.H. Morgan. The Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1933 was awarded to Thomas Hunt Morgan. Okay, and for his discovery concerning the role played by the chromosome in the hereditary in 1910. Okay, and Thomas Hunt Morgan worked with the fruit flies. Here you can see fruit flies, and the name of a fruit fly is the scientific name of a fruit fly is a Drosophila melanoglaster. And by this way, he had proved chromosomal theory of inheritance. Now let me discuss why he had selected Drosophila melanoglaster. Drosophila is a suitable material for genetical study just because they can grow on a simple synthetic medium. Here you can see simple synthetic medium they can grow. Short generation time, that is a life cycle is only 12 to 14 days longer. Okay, that's why only he had selected the Drosophila, because it is very easy to tackle this type of organism during this life cycle. Only 12 to 14 days they have to maintain. Breeding can be done throughout the year, no specific season for the breeding, and that's why only. Okay, so these all are the reason behind the selection of a Drosophila by the Morgan. Hundreds of progeny per mating, hundreds or thousands of progeny will be obtained, and it is also beneficial to the scientist. Now male and female flies can easily distinguishable because of the you can see here features. Male is smaller than the female. Here you can see this is a male having XY chromosome and it is shorter than the female. Okay, female is more larger and having XX chromosome, and by this way easily distinguishable feature, male and female can be easily identified. Okay, it has many type of hereditary variation. Here you can see many type. You can see starting from color, eye color and all that, all are different varieties are found in this group of animal, and that's why hereditary variation that can be seen with a low power microscope. So not much hardness is there for maintaining this type of a strain or a organism, and that's why Morgan has selected Drosophila. So before we learn about the experiment, let me discuss about two terminology, linkage and recombination. Recombination you know very well, but now let me discuss about linkage first. So linkage is the physical association of two or more genes on a chromosome. Here you can see this is a chromosome on which you can see here A and B genes are there. Okay, so physical association, whether it is near to each other or far to each other. Here you can see it is far from each other. Okay, so physical association of two or more genes on a chromosome. Link gene do not show independent assortment. And you know very well, Mendel's experiment during dihybrid cross experiment, there was an independent assortment. You have learned about that. But here it will not observe if link genes are there. Okay, so gene if it is link, it will do not show independent assortment. Whereas it is if it is far from each other, then it will show independent assortment. And this is indicated by the Morgan. Okay, so recombination is the generation of a non-parental gene combination. You know very well when recombination occur. Recombination is a process of this type of a crossing over, chiasmatic formation, and you know very well this will happen during the meiosis 1. Okay, and during meiosis 1 there is a prophase 1 in which Peckitin phase is there, and during Peckitin phase this type of crossing over will occur. Okay, you have already learned about that. So during recombination what happens? Generation of a non-parental gene combination will be obtained. So you know very well this is the mother gene, this is the chromosome from the mother, and this is from the father, right? So what happened during the chromosome crossing over? Both will here form a chiasmata, and at the site of a chiasmata they will exchange a DNA. Okay, as a result of that, some portion of these chromosome will be shifted here and some portion of these chromosome will be shifted here. So this will become recombinant chromatid. Why it is called recombinant? Because some portion will be this chromosome have and some portion will have this chromosome. So this is called recombinant, whereas this one is a non-recombinant. Here you can see whole red color and whole blue color is a non-recombinant chromatid. Okay, so you must get the idea what is a recombination. Recombination is the generation of a non-parental gene combination. Recombination occur due to independent assortment or a crossing over. Now let me discuss what was done by the Morgan. So Morgan carried out several dihybrid crosses in Drosophila to study sex-linked genes. Okay, so here studied a sex-linked genes. Here a genes which is indicated will be only linked with the X chromosome, not with the Y chromosome, and that's why here written sex-linked genes. Okay, because it is related to sex-related chromosome. Okay, only X chromosome will possess that type of studied gene, and Y chromosome do not have. So let me take example whatever done by the Morgan. So he had done two cross experiment. Okay, one cross he had taken yellow bodies. Here you can see yellow bodies and white-eyed females. So here you can see this is a white-eye female. Okay, yellow body. So this is considered as a recessive. Okay, if it is plus sign on this character or alleles, then it is considered as a dominant. But here, if it is not with the plus sign, that it is a recessive. So this is the recessive one. Brown bodies and red-eyed. Okay, so this yellow body white-eyed female was crossed with the brown bodies red-eyed male. Okay, so this male is a wild type. So if it is wild type, then it is indicated as a plus sign here. Okay, so you must be remember what is a plus sign. So plus sign here indicating the dominant one, and without plus sign it is indicating the recessive one. Another cross he had done is with the white-eyed miniature wing. Miniature means small or a short wing. Okay, so white-eyed with the miniature wing with the red-eye large wing. So red-eye and large wing is a wild type or a dominant one, as it is indicated with the plus sign. And here there is absence of plus sign, that means it is a recessive one. Now we discuss more by using this diagram. This diagram is from the textbook, and you must be practice this diagram more than 2 times. Okay, so you must be practice these all diagrams. Okay, and get the idea how it is crossover result is obtaining. So let me discuss first the cross A. Here you can see cross A is there, in which you can see white and yellow. Okay, white color eye, yellow body. So it is indicated as a Y and W, Y and W. As I told you, okay, this Y chromosome do not possess the gene. So this is the male having Y plus W plus dominant gene. Okay, but plus it is not having any type of genes on the Y chromosome. You must be remembered that this X chromosome only having these genes, but Y chromosome do not have in the case of a male. But here in case of a female, both the chromosome will have YW, YW like that. So here yellow white wild type. Okay, and if both will cross over, then what happen in the F generation? This will have YW and one will merge with this, fuse with this, and it will get Y plus W plus. So these will get this Y plus W plus, and as a result of that, the phenotypic will be a wild type. Phenotype will be wild type. But here YW is there, and this Y do not have any type of, this Y chromosome do not have any type of genes on that. That's why it become yellow white. Okay, recessive one, and this will be dominant one. Now what happen into F2 generation? Okay, here you must be noticed that this female, in the female, this crossing over will occur. Okay, this crossing over phenomena will only happen in the female, not in the male. Okay, why? Because here homologous genes are there, but here homologous genes are not there. Here X and Y is there. Okay, due to X and Y, it is not responsible for the crossing over. Okay, so here this crossing over is not possible because here is X and here is a Y. So if both are homologous, then only this crossing over is possible. Okay, so here this crossing over only happen in the female. Okay, whereas here it will not happen. So if crossing over happen here in case of a female, then what will be the type of a gamete in next generation? So if crossing over occur in this female, then what happen? One gamete will have YW, one gamete will have Y plus W plus. Okay, one gamete will have Y and W plus due to the crossing over in between, and one gamete will have W, Y plus. So here in case of a female, gamete type must be of 4 types. Okay, so notice here, you should very clear. Okay, let me repeat what happened. Here XX, both chromosomes are homologous to each other, right? So as a result of that, what happened? Crossing over will happen. As a result of that, one gamete will have YW, another gamete will have Y plus W plus. Okay, these are the 2 type of gamete, right? And 2 gamete will have recombinant. That means one will have Y from here, W from here due to crossing over in between these 2. Okay, and one will have W from here and Y plus from here due to crossing over. Okay, so as a result of that, you can get the idea female gamete are of 4 kinds. Okay, and male gamete, due to absence of any type of crossing over, male gamete only of 2 kinds. So you should notice here why crossing over occur here and not here. Okay, as a result of that, now you can draw the Punnett square, and if you draw the Punnett square, you will get the idea. 4 type of male can be obtained and 4 type of female can be obtained. Okay, you can get the idea. Here 4 type of gamete will be formed, right? Y plus W plus Y plus W, YW, YW plus. 4 type of gamete will be formed. And if it is fused with the Y, okay, if it is fusing with the Y, you can see here, if it is fused with the Y, then what happened? Y type of male, here white color male, this is yellow white male, and this is yellow male, like that. Okay, you can get the idea now. And similarly, if these gametes of a female fuse with this gamete of a male, this male gamete is a YW, then you can see the result. Female gamete is a Y plus W plus above 1. Okay, so Y plus W is also female gamete. Here YW is a female gamete, Y and W plus is a female gamete, right? And now it is fused with the male gamete YW. Then what happened? Y plus W plus Y plus YW. So it is happen in the wild type of offspring. And here Y plus W from the female gamete and YW from the male. So from the male, only one type of gamete will be obtained. YW, YW, YW. As a result of that, here you can see 4 type of female offspring will be there and 4 type of male gamete will be there. But here you should notice, okay, so all 8 generation, here you can see all 8 type of offspring, whatever generated here, okay, having a parental type 98.7% and having recombinant type 1.3%. Though it is a dihybrid cross, here you will not get the recombination. Here you get the recombination, and that's why you cannot get 9:3:3:1 ratio. You know very well, if dihybrid cross is there, phenotypic ratio must be 9:3:3:1, right? But here you will not get these results. 9:3:3:1 result. Why? Just because of crossing over. In Mendel's experiment, there is a not indication of any type of this type of crossing over. But here it is experiment of Morgan, and Morgan had indicated the here Drosophila melanogaster is there, and in this organism, this type of crossing over will be observed. As a result of that, the result will be varied from the Mendel's results. Okay, so you will not get the 9:3:3:1 ratio, though here you will observe parental type is a 98.7% and recombinant type is a 1.3%. Okay, so you must notice here. Now let me discuss about linkage. Okay, now these all are about the recombination and results whatever you get. But now let me discuss about the linkage. What happened? Okay, so here cross A is given, here cross B is given. Okay, so here you can observe is Y is near to the W. Or in other words, you can say Y is a link with the W. Okay, and we can say other words is a tightly linked because it is very near to each other. But here in case of cross B, you can see W is farther than the M. Okay, so it both having too much distance in between, and that's why they are loosely linked. Okay, and here you can see tightly linked. Here it is loosely linked. So you must be notice what is the difference between the results. All other processes are same, crossing over and gamete formation and the possibility of the gamete formation and all that, all is similar to this one. Okay, whatever I have explained over here is totally indicated here also, but just difference is a different distance between this gene and this gene and this gene and this gene. Okay, here these both are linked to each other and near to each other, and here both are this is having far distance. Okay, and as a result of that, you will get the idea if far distance is there, then what happened? Parental type only having 62.8%, where a recombinant type is a 37.2. So we can say that, and this Morgan had concluded that if far is there means genes are farther from each other, then recombinant chance is more. Okay, so distance is more, recombination is more. Distance is less, then less recombination. This is the conclusion of this experiment. Okay, so it is all depend, means recombination percentage is all depend on the distance between genes. So all this is called linkage. So if genes are linked to each other, then there is a less chance of a recombination. If they are not linked with each other, then there is a more chances of recombination. Now let me discuss about the findings, major findings of the Morgan's experiment. Here you can see the two genes did not segregate independently, and in the F2 ratio deviated from the 9:3:3:1 ratio, as I told you. This ratio you had observed in the Mendel's experiment, but here cases are different. Here crossing over happened. As a result of that, the ratio is deviated or a difference from the Mendel. Genes were located on the X chromosome only, as I told you. On Y chromosome there is absence of any type of genes. Okay, when two genes were situated on the same chromosome, proportion of a parental gene combination was much higher than the non-parental type. Okay, and that is due to linkage. So you must notice this last point. Let me repeat. When two genes were situated on same chromosome, okay, on same chromosome, proportion of a parental gene combination was much higher than the non-parental type, and this is due to linkage. Some more points. Gene of a white eye and yellow body were very tightly linked with each other. Okay, here you can see both are very tightly linked, and that's why they show a lesser recombination. Tightly linkage, that means less recombination. Loosely linked, that means more recombination. Okay, so here tightly linked, that's why they show only 1.3% recombination. And genes white eye in miniature are loosely linked. So if it is loosely linked, then it will show more recombination. Here you can see 37.2% of recombination. And this diagram is from textbook. Okay, so you must remember this diagram. You have to practice this diagram more than 2 times. Okay. Tightly linked genes show low recombination, and this is the conclusion by the Morgan. Tightly linked genes show low recombination and loosely linked genes show high recombination. Okay, so you must be notice this. What is the major findings of Morgan's experiment? So now let me see how this linkage and recombination theory is very important in the field of genetics. So Alphas 281, this is the scientist, use the recombination frequency between gene pair, and nowadays this is very important tool. Okay, and genes, the distance between genes or recombination frequency is very important measurement, and paid for measuring the distance between genes and mapping. Okay, and by this we can say this is a gene mapping and their position on the chromosome. On the chromosome you can map the genes and their position, and this is very important tool for the biotechnology, for nanotechnology and all that. Okay, so remaining all sciences means all modern sciences are based on these theories. So between genes and map their position on the chromosome. Genetic maps are used as a starting point in the sequencing of the genome, and we will learn in detail in next lecture what is a human genome project. Okay, during this project also this gene mapping was very important. Okay, and gene mapping related MCQs we will discuss in next lectures. So this is your homework for today's lecture, and before we finish this lecture, let me summarize whole topic by using one animation video. So look at this video.
Children look different from their parents, and so do the young ones of other living organisms. What are the reasons for such variations? To find the answer to this question, Thomas Hunt Morgan and his colleagues tried to verify the chromosomal theory of inheritance through various experiments. Morgan chose the tiny fruit fly Drosophila melanogaster for his research. There were several reasons for this. First, these flies could be easily grown in a simple synthetic medium in a laboratory. Morgan also found that a single mating in these flies produced a large number of offspring. Moreover, the male and the female flies were easily distinguishable and had only 4 pairs of chromosomes, making their analysis easier. Another reason for Morgan selecting these flies was that they showed several heredity variations which could be easily seen through low-power microscopes. Finally, these flies had a life cycle of just 2 weeks, which would help study several generations within a short span of time. Morgan carried out several dihybrid cross experiments with Drosophila to study sex-linked genes. For example, he crossed yellow-bodied, white-eyed females with the genotype y/w with brown-bodied, red-eyed males with the genotype y+ and w+ to produce the F1 generation. Here, the plus sign in the superscript represents the dominant wild-type alleles. Morgan then intercrossed the F1 generation to obtain the F2 generation, and observed that the genes did not separate independently, which was an exception to Mendel's law of independent assortment. Morgan and his colleagues knew that only the X chromosome bare genes. Furthermore, they noticed that during a dihybrid cross, if two genes lie on the same chromosome, then the proportion of parental gene combinations, that is, small y small w and small y plus small w plus in this case, was much higher than non-parental gene combinations or the recombinant types, that is, small y plus small w and small y small w plus. Morgan found that this was due to physical association or linkage, which describes the tendency of certain genes to be inherited together and their ability to retain their physical combination in progeny. Genes which are located on the same chromosome and that are inherited together are known as linked genes. For example, it is the linked genes that account for a phenomenon like red hair being strongly associated with light-colored skin in human beings. If an individual inherits one of these traits, he or she is most likely to inherit the other trait too. This phenomenon of linkage can be better understood through a process known as crossing over, which occurs during meiosis. During the Pachytene stage of meiosis 1, sections of a chromosome usually intertwine and exchange genetic material between non-sister chromatids of homologous chromosomes. This process, where chromatids of a homologous pair exchange segments between them, is known as crossing over. Crossing over leads to recombination or the creation of different combinations of alleles that do not exist in either parents. And hence, it is one of the most important events that lead to variations in offspring. Another fact discovered by Morgan and his colleagues was that the likelihood of two genes separating during crossing over was proportional to the distance between them. In other words, the closer the genes, the more likely that they will stay together, and the further they are, the more likely that they will separate. Now, let's consider another experiment conducted by Morgan, where he crossed white-eyed miniature winged females with the genotype small w small m with red-eyed normal winged males with the genotype small w plus small m plus. From his experiments, Morgan noticed that tightly linked genes, or genes nearer to each other, showed very little recombination, while loosely linked genes, or genes far from each other, showed higher recombination. For example, the yellow and white genes showed a recombination of just 1.3%, as these genes were tightly linked, while the white and miniature genes showed a recombination of 37.2%, as these genes were loosely linked. This linkage and the frequency of recombination of genes on the same chromosome were used by Morgan's student Alfred Sturtevant as a measure of the distance between genes to map their position on the chromosome. For instance, in the experiment we just saw, it is only through mapping that we learnt that genes small y and small w were located close to each other, and genes small y and small m were farther apart. Today, genetic maps are being extensively used for linkage studies and analysis and are a key tool for genome sequencing or discovering the location and identity of genes. Thus, Morgan's experiments on linkage ruled out Mendel's law of independent assortment when linked genes are considered.
Next lecture we will learn about next important topic, and that is sex determination. So till that, goodbye.